Hi, Gemini-cancer. Welcome to your timeless energy check-in reading. I'm so grateful you decided to tune in to this live stream here with me. For those of you that might be new, my name is Gabrielle, and you are tuned in to Cusp of Roses, where we do timeless astrology, tarot, and love message readings for all 12 cusp signs, okay? Meaning each single zodiac sign gets about a guaranteed 4 readings per month from me here on my channel. I also do chakra tune-ins for the new and full moons, as well as spirit animal guidance for every zodiac season. If you're interested in that content, make sure you subscribe and join my channel. And also make sure you guys just say hi down in the comments, or if you're tuning in here live, make sure you say hello in the chat. Okay, I love to see you guys there. And again, I thank you for your presence, okay? Hi, Kimberly. Thanks for being here, love. We are in a new astrology deck here. This is the Heavenly Bodies Astrology Oracle. I absolutely love this deck so far. Okay, I'm super, super excited to share this Oracle deck with you all. All right. Again, for those of you that might be new, for our timeless energy check-ins, we use an astrology deck to get how you're being cosmically supported in the now moment. All right. Then we will clarify that with the Tazama Tarot, one of my favorite tarot decks here. And then we're going to end that session with some oracles from the Sacred Destiny deck, okay? Just to kind of get what might be the destined outcome of the energy that presents itself, okay? Mind you, this is timeless, so whenever you find it is when it's truly meant for you. Also, be mindful that this is just general energy, okay? It might feel like a personal reading, but I might pick up on more than one timeline, okay? So make sure you're only in alignment or agreeing with the energy that feels right and fits your situation. You know yourself better than any reader here. All right, so always keep that in mind. If you are interested in a personal reading, you can check out my website, cuspofroses.com. My booking link through my website is linked in the description box below, okay? If any of the messages that resonate in this particular reading feel right for you and you'd like to go a little deeper into your personal situation around that, there is a reading available for that, as well as other different readings. I do chakra readings. We could do a love message. We can do your own astrology as well as a numerous other things here. Yeah. Okay. So that's just our quick spiel before we get started on your pre-channel energy and pre-shuffle. I do like to shuffle the deck quite a bit, so bear with me, just so that I can make sure I'm getting the accurate energy for those that will tune into this reading. I like to see what I can sense and what I can feel before we get any cards out here. All right, Gemini, Cancer, and then I'll sound my singing bowl one time. We'll let that sound travel. I'll do a silent prayer for you all. You are more than welcome to pray along with me during that moment of silence, or do whatever really feels right and best for you as a gratitude and grounding practice, just to make sure you're open to the messages that come forward. All right? All right, Gemini, Cancer, Gemini, Cancer. Thank you so much, Divine. Ooh. What do I need to know? What do I need to know prior to this timeless energy check-in for Gemini, Cancer? What's going on in Gemini, Cancer's energy that I need to be aware of prior to this reading? I just heard silence, happenings. Maybe there's a need to have a moment of silence, or again, find yourself in some solitude, okay? Hold on one second, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm so sorry about that. I was not feeling those gamma waves. Not at all. Maybe that's why Spirit says silence, huh? Okay, yeah, maybe that's it. Okay. My apologies, Gemini Cancer. I thought I'd be able to keep some frequencies playing in the background, but I think it works better when things are a bit silent here, okay? Sometimes the messages that come through are really for the reader, and so I gotta use my discernment around that, and I feel like that's what that was saying. Okay, so back to you, Taurus. I almost called you Taurus Gemini. You might have Taurus in your chart here. You might be a Taurus Gemini watching this, okay? That might resonate with the messages that comes forward for this reading. Welcome, welcome, all of my cross watchers. Okay. So I just heard clear. Somebody maybe wants to get a clear quartz crystal, or clear quartz is important here. Maybe someone's been thinking about getting one. And this would be a confirmation that, yes, you would definitely want to purchase maybe a new clear quartz crystal if you've already had one, or get your first one. Interesting. Or something with clear quartz in it. I'm seeing like a necklace. Maybe someone owns a clear quartz necklace that they feel very connected to, or you might come across one that kind of draws your eye, that you almost like have an instant bond with. This is interesting. Okay. Clear quartz though. Clarity. So maybe just in general here, Gemini Cancer, a lot of clarity, a lot of things are becoming clear as crystal, maybe, right? Almost to the point where you can see through it, or something's very transparent in your energy, in someone's energy connected to you. I kind of feel like there is somebody in your vibration here, Gemini Cancer, that might be trying to get clarity with you, or wants to make something clear to you. What else? What else do I need to know prior to this reading for Gemini Cancer energies? Fly. Okay. Some of you might be taking flight. Some of you might be really ascending right now. When I get that type of imagery of someone flying and or something flying, it usually means that you're ascending in some way. Reaching a new level here, Gemini Cancer. Yeah, I just keep seeing clear. I see white. I see things that are transparent. This is either a message that you need to be more transparent here, Gemini Cancer, or again, that there's something in your energy that allows you to be very transparent, that I think a couple of people, or maybe one particular person, is very attracted to. Because it's like they're giving me like moth to a flame type imagery. Thank you, Divine. What else do I need to know? All right, I just heard that's it. Okay, there it is. So I'll go ahead and sound my singing bowl and we'll get started. Alrighty. Cosmic energy here for Gemini Cancer. What's cosmically supporting Gemini Cancer in the now moment? Cosmic support is here. You have House 7. Profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. I knew I felt somebody else in your energy here, Gemini Cancer. Could be a Taurus, because my mouth keeps wanting to say Taurus. Somebody who either has strong Taurus in their chart, or has a lot of second house energy. or a lot of placements in their second house. Yeah, you've got conjunction. Whoa. Whoa, Gemini Cancer. A union, merging, and coming together with the 7th house of partnership. Congratulations, Gemini Cancer. It feels like you're coming into union here with somebody. Definitely on an energetic level. We'll see what's happening in the 3D, but tell me more about the 7th house and conjunction and a union. Okay. 2 flipped out together, so we're going to read them as one card. Neptune and Pluto. Pisces and Scorpio. Ooh, dream and transcend and transform. Dream, transcend, transform. A union, merging and coming together. This is a profound relationship that will require a lot of intimacy and could possibly be a romantic partnership or lead to one. And you've got Cancer at the bottom of the deck. Okay, a lot of water energy. Yeah, there's all the water, right? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You are that Cancer vibration. Yeah, and then you've got Yang and Mars. Ooh. Masculine, masculine. So this, okay, for those of you that might be feminine, okay, looking to connect with the masculine, your masculine is absolutely either in Aries, or maybe they're on that Aries Taurus cusp energy, because you have Aries there as the first sign in Yang. They could also be Gemini, Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, or Aquarius, or these could be some Mars placements if you know their chart. So they could have a masculine Mars placement. Yang energy is proactive, expression, doing and forward motion. Mars is moving forward and defend self. Gemini Cancer, I almost feel like somebody wants to come in and make something, that's what we were getting, right? Make something very clear to you. Now, with this being Mars and Yang energy, this person could come off a bit testy, a bit aggressive, a bit in your face. Gemini Cancer, I need to let you know that there's something here either between you and this person. It's insane how these are more than likely relationship readings for you all. I try to make sure that it's just astrology, but yeah, relationships are a big part of it, right? Not just love readings on love readings on love readings, but that's what I'm kind of getting here for you, Gemini Cancer. This conjunction between you and this partner, this coming together, this merging, this union, is happening for you to transform. And I feel like with all the water that's present, it's important for this union to happen in order to elevate or evolve your emotional body. So what I mean by that is this will be a very much so like an emotionally progressive relationship or connection. This will be somebody that you can trust your emotions with, that you will be a safe space for this person's emotions. And that safe space emotionally that you both create with one another will transform and transcend you both. Emotional intimacy is where I feel like you guys are experiencing a lot of energy or a lot of shifts or a lot of changes. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be the relationship between you and someone else, Gemini Cancer. This could be the relationship between you and yourself, you and spirit. Maybe this is a time period where you guys feel very, very deeply in tune and tethered to source energy, really connected to the universe, almost like you guys being in that magician energy, ready to step into some sort of symbiotic, harmonious relationship with the universe, with source, with God, with the divine, however you want to name your higher power. In order to either manifest some particular dream, because they were showing me the magician, so that's creating a new reality. So bringing a dream into form here. And or for some of y'all, This would be a spiritual union that's happening between you and somebody, Gemini Cancer, that's starting or that you're getting glimpses of or a lot of messages around in your dream state. I feel like these dreams are so vivid and so clear that it almost feels like real life, like waking life. So not necessarily those dreams where up is down and down is up and left is right and right is left. You know what I mean? Like it's all kind of topsy-turvy and things are augmented and there's no form of similarity between your waking world and that dream world you're in. No, this is like, I just heard scary. Like it's so vivid that it's scary when you almost wake up. It's like, well, was I actually sleeping or like what was that? Ooh, some of you guys are dancing so close with Pluto right now. That underworld energy, it's tapping in beyond the veil. So this is absolutely something that is happening in the higher realms for you. You might be meeting your spiritual partner in your dream state, Gemini Cancer. This would be somebody with Pluto here that you have been in a spiritual union with across lifetimes. Some of you might feel connected to Atlantis, is what I just heard. Right? The water city. I just feel like, yeah. I feel like I could get lost in the dream world too with y'all. It's almost like for some of you, these dreams are so vivid and they're so rich that it's like waking up from them is a bit of a disappointment. Like it's so close, it's so tangible, it's almost so real that having to wake up and not have that dream world be your reality could maybe even be a bit painful here, and or that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but it's just like this big, huge, stark contrast. For sure here, Gemini Cancer, come on now, be ready to transform. Here's Taurus. Trust, patience, and sensuality. Taurus wasn't slipping out of my mouth for no reason. There is a Taurus in your vibe, and or you have a lot of Taurus in your energy or your natal chart. If you are unfamiliar with your natal chart, there are links in my description box that are free for you to use to calculate that information. All right, Gemini Cancer. I kind of feel like this is going to be a deep one. So buckle up because we might be here for a minute, my loves. Because with this Taurus energy being like the overall connection between all of these cards, this I feel like is who you are coming into this conjunction with. Having a very profound relationship with. Again, intended to transform and transcend you both. But I think where you and this person, you and this Taurus will connect, Taurus. I almost just called you Taurus Gemini again. Some of you are Taurus Geminis watching. That's just period, okay? But where this will be the most sensitive and tender part of this connection is in the emotional energy. This is a very emotional, supportive connection. This is something that, again, will heal whatever maybe emotional damage might have been done for both of you in the past, that you find that healing or you find that safe space to work through that energy together. So you both ultimately ascend your past selves, Pluto energy, transformation, death, right? I just heard till death do us part. So this could even be somebody that maybe you're already married to here, Gemini Cancer, or this could be someone that you will make that earthly commitment to or that verbal or spiritual agreement with to be together forever, right? I just keep hearing it's like, if only this could transcend from my dreams. It's like somebody here is a vivid, lucid dreamer. almost like, ooh, some of you guys could definitely have that ability or might be working on that ability to kind of astral project in the dream world. So meaning if you wanted to connect with this person, if you know who they are, or you have some sort of access to them in that way, it's like you can go to bed thinking about this person and they show up in your dream, or you end up being around them wherever they are in the waking world. I don't know, maybe there's a lot of distance between you two, like a lot of distance. So this conjunction and coming together is a huge event. Finally being in each other's orbit, finally being in the same room, in the same community, in the same space, in the same city, right? Like there's something also very serendipitous about this conjunction, meaning there's something rare about it. So it's almost like, what are the chances, what are the odds that you and I, being from two totally different places, spaces, whatever, are in the same space right now, or are in at cross paths in this way, have merged in this way. Yeah, there's something highly powerful about this. Okay, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, tell me more. Thank you so much, Divine, for these beautiful messages here for Gemini Cancer energies. Knight of Swords, somebody, like I said, somebody's coming to clear the air, or there is some form of communication that's coming, or a message that will find you here, Gemini Cancer, about this conjunction, about this union, maybe even about this Taurus energy. Thank you so much, Divine. Tell me more about the 7th house, this conjunction, Neptune and Pluto. So the 10 of Pentacles comes right out when I say conjunction. Yeah, this is absolutely somebody that you're going to have a lifetime with, or you're going to build a life with here, Gemini Cancer, 100%. For 10 of Pentacles to flip out right when I say conjunction, about a union and merging and coming together, this is like bringing two houses together. This is almost like, wow, okay, this might be a bit drastic, but it's almost like if Romeo and Juliet didn't die and their families worked it out. at odds as they were, it's like that type of union almost. Maybe it's been very Romeo and Juliet like in previous lifetimes, but this is the one where, and forgive my morbidness, but you both live, you don't die. You die a spiritual death as opposed to a physical one. Interesting. Wow. Maybe Romeo and Juliet might be a favorite story, a favorite writing of yours. Maybe some of you guys are into Shakespeare. Maybe you just love the movies, adaptations. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles with the star. This person could also be an Aquarius. That's that rare energy I was picking up on. Something very out of the norm, outlier. What are the chances? Not regular, abnormal about this situation. So tell me more about this profound relationship here for Gemini Cancer. Tell me more about, whoa. Five of Wands, Leo energy. Something that you've either fought for here, Gemini Cancer, or maybe this person has been fighting for you for a while, or maybe you both feel like you have to fight. That's that Romeo and Juliet energy. Something's at odds here, or has been at odds. Mind you, I feel like this connection spans over lifetimes, so this could have been trying to come into a conjunction, trying to unionize, trying to merge for a while, yet opinions or status somehow gets in the way. Strength, yeah, absolutely, Leo energy. And the Page of Wands, more Leo energy. So this is all Leo. So I kind of feel like here, Gemini, Cancer, you might be the one that has a lot of Taurus in your vibration or in your natal chart, which would say it's asking for you to trust. Yeah, you got the Five of Cups. That's that emotional healing and that emotional disappointment that I feel you both have gone through. This is definitely somebody who's they're either somewhat younger than you here, Gemini, Cancer, and or they're quite flirtatious, or this is somebody who has a general positive energy or positive attitude. They might identify as like an optimist with the Page of Wands. Very creative, very inquisitive. They like to explore, they like to learn. Very confident. Judgment. Yeah. So a union emerging and a coming together. This is, again, how the cosmos is supporting you, Gemini, Cancer, Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. I get that this Capricorn energy might be a mother. Queen of Pentacles. It might be somebody's mother who's saying, like, the Ace of Cups. Yeah. It might be someone's mom who's saying, like, you know, you should just probably go for it. Or calling judgment on the situation. Like, why don't you and this person just get together already? Or why don't y'all just, like, make this happen? Like, I don't understand why you're sitting over here in the Five of Cups when you got 2 cups behind you. Right? Like, clearly it's meant for you and this person to be together, so why don't you just go over there and offer your cup? It's like somebody's mama's talking like that to them. That doesn't have to be the case for everybody. You could be the mama watching this situation unfold. Like, you could be expressing that to your child, Page of Wands. That, like, baby, there's a lot of love out there for you. There's going to be a lot of different people who will love you, but there's this particular person, or there's something I see in a particular connection you have that I feel like is right for you. It's like, yeah, somebody's mother's giving them, like, sage advice. Or calling it as they see it. Ace of Cups. Now, for others of y'all, again, multiple timelines coming through here, this would be a pure reflection of you deciding to come into union with yourself, meaning to foster and develop the relationship you have with you, your inner child, your higher self, your masculine, your feminine, your spirit, your soul, and to value that and to create value around that in spaces and aspects and places that maybe lack that value or lack that confidence or lack that reassurance, maybe needs it, right? Where you've been maybe left lacking or feeling as if you've been missing out, or, you know, this would be in areas where, Gemini, Cancer, maybe people didn't show up for you the way you wanted them to. Maybe they let you down in a way that was, you know, heartbreaking, or again, you put a lot of hope, a lot of faith into things and into people. This would be a shift and a conjunction and a union and a merging within yourself here, Gemini, Cancer, where you're pouring that faith, that star energy into you. Star and the 9 of Pentacles that flipped out. Okay. So always only take what resonates. Let's keep moving forward. Tell me more about this conjunction energy with Neptune and Pluto. Now, that would be very interesting if Neptune and Pluto are making some form of a conjunction here in the year 2023. Or maybe this could be hyper fast and forward, right? At some point, maybe Neptune and Pluto will make some sort of conjunction here that might support you in this 7th house energy. Maybe your Pluto and your Neptune placements are in your 7th house. Again, check out your natal chart. Tell me about this. Did I not say that for some of you this partner could be an Aries? or have an Aries Mars, or carry a lot of masculine yang energy. That is the yang right there. It's, for me as a reader, Emperor shows up as Mars, ready for war, ready to plan, ready to go, taking action, rebelling, right? Doing what they want to do when they want to do it. Emperor, because they can. And 9 times out of 10, they're on point, right? With whatever actions they take. Because they've mastered themselves. They've mastered taking action based off the elements, right? They've mastered their emotional body, their spiritual body, right? The material world. They've mastered their mind. They're the emperor. So your emperor here, Gemini Cancer, could have a lot of Pisces or have a lot of Scorpio in their chart. You could be this emperor. Okay? So tell me more about Neptune. Neptune and Pluto. Tell me more about this dream energy, this transcendence and transformation. Page of Pentacles, another page, and a Tower. Some of you are transcending a relationship that you've been in. For some of you, this union, this profound relationship could be this 3 of Cups that is spilled over. Could be what you're falling out of in the now moment. So the path that you chose to take, maybe with the Pisces, maybe with the Scorpio, take how it resonates, has offered you something to learn. Page of Pentacles, because pages are students for me as a reader, not necessarily messengers just yet. They're not knights just yet. They're students. They're learning. Right? They're getting their facts down. They have flashcards. You know what I mean? It's like they're studying. They're in the University of the Pentacle and of the Wand. Like they're really freshmen, almost, I guess you could say. So learning whatever you've learned around the value of your energy, your time, your focus has put you in the position to receive a Tower, to allow something to transform and to crumble, or to awaken you to something that you could not see before. That's what I kind of feel this 5 of Cups is. I really do feel like for some of you, this 3 of Cups is a relationship and a connection that was very profound for you because it offered you a lot to learn. It gave you a lot of karmic lessons that you're grateful for or are working on the gratitude for, maybe. But it's ending. It's coming to an end. It's transforming. You've transcended the energy. You've learned what you needed to learn. You've gotten your golden nugget from the situation, and now you're ready for the next, right? Some of you might still be a little bit disappointed or in the energy of disappointment, or maybe even borderline depressed a little bit about it, and that's okay. Because I really do feel like with the water here, you felt very deeply for this person. So maybe this is what it is. Whatever the Tower is, whatever that relationship or the 3 of Cups, this was an emotional bond that you had with somebody that was very, very strong. And you've learned what you've needed to learn. It's run its course, right? But thankfully, you still have a union, though. So I almost feel like for some of you, this could have been somebody you thought you were going to have the 10 of Pentacles with. You thought it was going to last long term. You maybe hoped that it would withstand the test of time. And I think what is being brought into your awareness is that that's not what was destined for this particular connection. But it does not mean that you do not have that type of union destined for you, Gemini Cancer. You still have a conjunction here. You still have an Ace of Cups here. You still have judgment being called. Maybe that's what's becoming clear. I feel like for those of you that are in the 5 of Cups, this would be a time where you turn around. You let the 3 of Cups go and you turn and focus on the 2 cups you still have left. Or the 2 cups that are on your path forward. Right? Maybe there's been a lot of reflection here for you as well, Gemini Cancer, around decisions that you've made in relationships, what made particular relationships so profound for you, what the value was in that. I think one thing you might want to receive about yourself here, Gemini Cancer, it is imperative, it's super important for you to have a deep emotional bond with somebody, or somebody that you feel safe with emotionally. I feel like the intimate moments, the intimate times is what maybe had you sold on this situation, sold on this person. But I really do feel like that's not to say that you won't have that bond or something greater. There's the Knight of Swords again. That bond or something greater in the future. Come on. These cards have already come out. The Star. There's so much hope for you. So much hope for you. So much to look forward to. It almost feels like this Tower was a way for you to align. Come on now, Hierophant. Taurus energy. Wisdom gained. Applied knowledge. Turning your knowledge into wisdom. That's what the Hierophant does best. Six of Cups. Yeah. Like I said, for some of you, that past life energy, that type of connection, that soulmate bond, that deep emotional bond that you had with somebody here was absolutely that. This was for 100% a soulmate for you. 100%. Even though it's ended. Keep in mind that soulmates are not all here forever for us. A lot of the time, soulmates incarnate with us to meet us at our paths, to help us get to the knowledge, to the wisdom, to the understanding that we need in order to prepare us for what's actually meant for us, right? So meaning, soulmates sometimes are only in our lives for a season and a reason. This is what this feels like, Gemini Cancer. Six of Cups. Something very nostalgic, something very comfortable, very homey, very familiar with this person. Tell me more about Neptune and Pluto, or the Knight of Swords and the Star energy. Thank you. Queen of Swords. Libra for me as a reader. Something about this energy and about this Neptune, Pluto, dream, transcend, transform. What you've been able to transform within yourself in this connection is your ability to communicate. Your ability to articulate and speak what you feel. Share your feelings and emotions, but doing so from a very logical space. So not swept up in it, not caught up in it, not letting your emotions get the best of you, acknowledging it, saying it straight and forward, speaking what's on your mind here, Gemini Cancer, not just bottling it up or holding it in or letting it overtake you. It's like you've learned how to speak up in some way. You've also learned how to stand on your truth a little bit. Meaning, this is what's in alignment for me. This is what I feel is right for me. I'm going to act on my soul's wisdom. Something about this Knight of Swords tells me that this relationship that has found itself in a tower moment, crumbling down, shifting, or changing, or coming to an end with the Pluto energy here, might have had a lot of difficult verbal moments, meaning there could have been a lot of difficulties communicating in this relationship. Maybe there was no issue at all communicating, and that could have maybe been the issue, saying too much, right? The Knight of Swords can be real quick with the truth, or their version of the truth, right? It can also be a sign that there was maybe a lot of drama here, a lot of dramatics, a lot of antics, a lot of hurtful words that might have been spoken out of turn or too hastily or said too quickly, right? Or said in a fit of anger. Could have been from this emperor. Emperors are somewhat known to have a bit of a temper or a little bit of a low tolerance for BS, or you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they can be a little too egotistical, right? So this could have been a lot of war of words from the ego. Maybe on one side, maybe on both sides, Gemini Cancer, right? We hold ourselves accountable over here. Either way, you've learned something with the Hierophant. You've gained a deeper sense of wisdom. You've met yourself, a version of yourself in a new way is what this feels like. And maybe that was the purpose of this soulmate, to mirror something back to you so that you could see yourself a little bit more clearly. Crystal clear, clear quartz, in fact. Okay, there we go. There we go. And then, not the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. To clarify Taurus, which Venetian energy. The Lovers is also Gemini vibrations as well, because it can be looked at as a choice. I do feel like in this new love, this Ace of Cups, this would be a choice to trust something or to trust somebody or to trust yourself, Gemini Cancer. The choice to be patient, right? The choice to allow yourself to feel good or to move towards something that feels good naturally. Earth energy, right? I really do get that for some of y'all. When you find this reading, you might be in the throes of this Five of Cups, lamenting something that has ended, or lamenting a relationship or a connection that has transcended or transformed in a way that might have been unpleasant or not what you had hoped for. And I really do feel like it's pressed on my spirit to say there's still hope. You still have a union. This wasn't the big bang for you, Gemini Cancer. I don't know how else to say it. It's like this wasn't the big one. This was a beautiful one. This was a deep one with all of this water, absolutely. But it brought you to the depth of your emotional body for a reason, so that you can get a little bit more in tune with that frequency, a little bit more in tune with that energy, understand the value of it, study it within yourself a little bit more, so that for this next cycle, you know exactly what brings you emotional peace and harmony. You know exactly what will allow your cup to overflow towards this person or towards a new lover. I do get that with whatever this was with the Tower, there was something unstable about it, something unreliable about it, whether the person was unreliable, whether there was just, again, this kind of, you don't know what you're going to get, Jekyll or Mr. Hyde, you know what I mean? It's a Jekyll and Hyde, maybe. Sometimes they're nice, sometimes they're not. So again, some form of instability in the energy that is crumbling. But with Taurus, that is like, with the Hierophant in Taurus as well, that stability, that is very reliable. As solid as a rock here. And that is who you have this choice in coming together with, in having a conjunction with, in creating a union with, which is beautiful here, Gemini Cancer. Okay? So not every profound relationship in your life will last forever. Maybe that's the lesson. It's okay for a relationship to have impacted you in a very major way, and for that not to be your end-all, be-all, and forever. And maybe that's a bit of the release and the detaching that you're learning how to do right now, Gemini Cancer. That it's like there could be this voice in your head that tells you it doesn't get any better than that person, or it wouldn't have gotten any better than that relationship, so what am I going to do now? Clearly, if it has fallen apart, clearly if it has found itself in a tower moment, towers only come for you to build something better. If If the tower never comes, that means you're in your peak, you're in your highest height. It means you're meant to be there. You're meant to be in those walls. You're meant to be in that tower. But if it comes crumbling down, that means that there's something stronger, something sturdier, something more fitted for you, better for you. And that's where I feel like you gotta learn how to trust. That's where I feel like the trust, the patience comes in. All right? Wow. Gemini, Cancer. Yeah, growing infinite. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you again for showing love to the chat here, Kimberly. I love it. Appreciate you being here. What might be the highest energetic outcome of all of this energy for my Gemini Cancers tuning in? Yeah. Enlightenment was flipped over in the deck. That's what I mean. This situation, this relationship, this connection that has now come to an end was profound because it offered you a high level of emotional enlightenment is what I feel with the Neptune and the Pluto. You are able to, again, find a deeper resonance, a deeper energy with your own emotions. Transcend and transform a few emotional blocks that you maybe had. Understand yourself a little bit better. Understand people a little bit better. But ultimately, it served the purpose of enlightenment, okay? So what else? What else might be the destined outcome here now that the tower has fallen? Inner peace. Because honestly, I'm going to tell you this, Gemini Cancer. For those of you that might find yourself in that Five of Cups, deep down underneath it all, I think there is this level of acceptance and this level of peace. It's almost like you knew for some of y'all, not all of y'all, but for some of y'all, you knew this relationship would come to an end at some point. Like you knew it wasn't your forever. It didn't stop your heart for hoping that it wouldn't. So I think it's just the acceptance that, wow, what I felt was right. What I felt about this not lasting forever was right. And having to mourn it a little bit. Yeah, some of you're going to be in a little bit of mourning around this if this hasn't happened already. If you do find yourself lamenting this, know that that's normal, natural, human, a-okay, and perfectly in step with having to fall out of a tower with someone. But that peace will find you. And that love isn't over for you. Romance isn't dead for you. It almost feels like it's just beginning with this Ace of Cups. Yeah. So ultimately, change. Change has happened or change will be happening soon. So tell me more about this Taurus energy and this Lover's vibration with this Ace of Cups. What's destined for this Ace of Cups and Lover's energy for Gemini Cancer? Transformation. Alrighty. What else? What else might be destined for this Lover? So this might even be another situation. Patience. I mean, could it come out any more clear? Patience. So maybe and power. You absolutely could be dealing with somebody here, Gemini Cancer, who is on the Aries Taurus cusp. Or they just have a lot of Aries and Taurus in their energy, because Aries Taurus is the cusp of power. So for power to come out as a connection energy for Taurus, the Lovers, and the Ace of Cups could be it. If I've done the Aries Taurus reading already, I think I have. You might want to watch that reading for those of you tuned in. You might gain additional insight here to this situation from that reading. But the ultimate thing that the Emperor learns or needs to learn, the one place for me as a reader where the Emperor would be flawed, is their patience. That is the difference between the Hierophant and the Emperor. The Emperor becomes the Hierophant when they learn patience, when they learn not to rush, when they learn not to force their way. The Emperor's Mars is Mars energy for me. When they learn not to force their way into situations or to force things, or to push their will so hard that they actually will something that's not in alignment for them, that's out of alignment. Being a bit too narrow-minded, the Emperor can fall into quite often. It's their blind spot, their narrow-mindedness. It works in some ways, right? To be determined and diligent and really push and rebel and, be stubborn around what it is that you want. That works in some situations. But it does feel like this Emperor is transforming into the Hierophant through the lesson of patience. Now, whether that's a lesson you're teaching this person, whether that this Emperor is this Taurus energy, and that might be the major theme of this new love cycle with the Ace of Cups, right? That's going to vary for all of y'all. Whether you're the Emperor Gemini-Cancer, and this is a test of your patience, or you're learning how patience is a necessity for you. That's the change. That's the transformation. Look at that. Emperor change into Hierophant. The Hierophant is where your power is. Being in the Hierophant energy is what gives you access to this sense of power within yourself. But through that power, through all of that comes more gentle energy. It's right. You got to go gentle to get the strength of it all, or to kind of, it's like learning the strength in gentleness, learning the strength in being passive sometimes with the patience energy. Learning the power of your choices, Two of Wands, right? So I feel like that might be a good spot. I'm shuffling this deck though because it almost feels like one more card wants to come out. So I'm going to follow that. All right. What else? Because usually if I was done, the deck would flip over. Like I'd flip it over. Healing, chaos, and wow. Healing, chaos, and happiness. I'm almost a bit speechless because, how fitting is that? How fitting is that? Healing, chaos, more butterflies, transforming into happiness. Dolphins are soulmate, is a symbol of soulmates. Soulmate energy. Yeah? That's what I mean here. For some of you guys, this might have felt like the end of the world, and I don't mean to be dramatic in that way, but really, you maybe really envisioned, manifested, or created this ideal world with somebody. So for it to be wrapped up in this tornado, wrapped up in this tower, coming to an end, for it to not have been what you wanted it to be or what you wanted it to grow into is absolutely disappointing for sure, okay? So again, my heart goes out to all of you who are still working through that energy. But the glimmer of hope, the silver lining I feel like I can offer you through this reading is your story in love is not over by any means. I don't even think your real, true love story has begun yet. It's about to, though. It's about to. You're going to have a very sensual connection with this person as well. Meaning your senses are going to be hyperactive with this person. It's like there's a new smell, there's this new sensational touch and feeling, and hearing their voice is going to do something to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like taste and how all of that is going to come into play here. So there could even be like a Kundalini awakening that might happen with this new lover. But it's almost like all of that good sensual pleasure and energy that, Taurus and Venus kind of represent is what's a beautiful balance for the turmoil I feel like you've gone through. Yeah, the turmoil, the drama, the instability. which is not what the divine wants for you, not what the universe truly has for you. Because, in my opinion, the universe always seeks out harmony. And sometimes, in order to get you to harmony, you have to go through chaos. You can't really have one without the other. So maybe that's a good perspective, or maybe that's something that might help you sort through what you're feeling right now, or kind of really flow along with these changes that are happening for you, Gemini Cancer. But ultimately, your happiness is here. Yeah. All right. So I will leave your reading there. Taurus, Gemini. I'm going to put this maybe over here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there you go. And this has been your Timeless Energy Check-In and your Astrology Tarot reading. I hope you found it helpful and insightful, maybe filled with some confirmation around what you got going on or what's again to come towards you all. I thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do hope that this served you well, okay? This was a beautiful reading, all right? Absolutely beautiful energy here, Gemini Cancer, as always. My cusp of magic, okay? If you feel comfortable, please let me know what part of this reading resonates with you in the comments down below. I love to talk to you guys there and engage with you around the content of these readings and how they connect with you. I love to hear that from y'all. It definitely helps me as a reader. And if you enjoyed this reading and you enjoyed this format and my style here at Cusp of Roses, make sure you subscribe. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe here. And make sure you also hit that thumbs up button, that like button, okay? So that, again, I think there's a like playlist that creates. You can come back to this reading, or this reading might rotate back up for you when you need to hear this message again. It'll also circulate it out to other Gemini Cancer energies that might benefit from this message, okay? So thank you so much for that support. And if you would like to tune into my daily lives here on my channel, you can hit that bell notification, turn it on to all so that you always get a notification when I'm live. So if you'd like to tune into that day's content, you can. I also offer channel memberships here where I do exclusive tarot readings and more time sensitive or time specific readings for my members, as well as other perks. You can check that out by hitting the join button next to subscribe if you see it. And if you do not see that button, you can click the join my channel link in my description box, and that'll take you to my YouTube sign up page. I'd love for you guys to join wherever you feel comfortable. There are different tiers for different levels, different monetary prices. Wherever you feel comfortable, I am grateful. But I hope to see you guys over there on the membership side of things. If I do not, Gemini Cancer, no worry, no problem, no harm, no foul. I enjoyed your presence here with me in this moment, and I thank you guys again for tuning in. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Thank you again, Kimberly, for showing the chat. So much love. Yes, you do want to check both natal charts. That's a good that you brought that up, Kimberly. Let me just make this statement right quick. So for me, as a reader and as someone who is studying astrology, I find that it is very, very helpful to calculate your Vedic chart, which is a form of calculating astrology. It's Jyotish or Vedic, right? That follows the 13 phases of the moon. So your Vedic astrology chart, it does not include any planets above Saturn, right? It's focused on Saturn all the way through the sun, like on down. So no Uranus, no Neptune, no Pluto placements that you'll find. But the nakshatras that are there are super, super important. There are a whole bunch of different calculations for your Vedic charts. There's like 9 to 12 different charts there, maybe even more. So it's a little bit more complex, but what I will say, it is the astrology in real time. Okay, your tropical chart is more or less your sun chart. Okay, it follows the Gregorian calendar. It is a little bit more of a watered down version of astrology, but yet very still much so helpful. So I would say calculate both. That'll give you a clear perspective. That's also a way that you can kind of watch my readings, right? So I'll give you an example. For me, I am a Scorpio Sagittarius cusp. I am born November 24th, so I'm right at that tail end. My big three are all in Sagittarius, right? But when you, like low degree Sagittarius, I'm talking like 2, 4, 7, right? But when I do my Vedic chart, I am all Scorpio in my big three. So being born on the cusp, Also having that Vedic and tropical comparison, Scorpio, Sagittarius energy, there I am, right? So for some of you, and typically because the moon moves a little bit different from the sun, and again, there's 13 phases, yet only 12 months in the calendar, so there is a bit of a timing shift. Often, more times than not, what you are in tropical astrology, right? So whatever, let's say you're a Gemini sun, well, let's say you're a Cancer sun in tropical, you will more than likely be a Gemini sun in Vedic. So again, watching the Gemini Cancer readings, if you're not on that cusp, will still be beneficial for you. So that's a very short, maybe even choppy background as to maybe why, yes, it is super important for you to do both, in my opinion. Tropical will be a lot more easier to understand for those of you that might be beginners, but for those of you that may be like a little bit more of a challenge or want to advance your knowledge of astrology, I would highly suggest studying your Vedic charts, okay? Hope that was helpful, Kimberly. Yes, and find your time. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for bringing that up, because I feel like I don't say that enough here on my channel. So thank you, love, for being in tune with that message. And I will see you, Gemini Cancers, in the next one. All right, loves? Namaste.